Right, welcome back to another Supernatural Conventions Reactions channel. Back with the lovely Ash's channel. It's been a little bit of a while since we've done a conventions video. You guys have been asking for it, so here we are. I wanted to have a little bit of a laugh today. It's it's a sad day. It's a sad day for me. So I thought, you know what? I'll come back to the Supernatural boys. Therefore, before we get started, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Check out the links in my description if you want to help support myself and the channel. The links to the original videos will be in the description, and let's get it.
Guess who's coming on the show sometimes?
Aww. Pointing at me there. That wasn't me.
What? It was a cute little kid right here. Wave at.
I'm the cute little kid.
Cute little kid with an awesome name.
Is that a coincidence? After the car or after the sewing machine? After the car. After the Jensen car.
Yeah, Jensen Interceptor.
Yes!
Oh, where's Holly?
Sorry,
Hey, sweets. I want sweets.
Get off your phone. Millennials these days. Me? Okay, great. 1 second.
I'm just posting. I'm about to take a picture with me.
Favorites. 1 second. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna.
Imagine how embarrassed you'd be. One of the people on stage just look at you, single you out, and go, "Hey, get off your phone." You can't do that. You can't make yourself a target like that. I might make a video on how to not make yourself look like an idiot in public. Maybe I'll do that.
I feel like we've avoided this because there's a bright spotlight and all I see are shadows, but I think there's a hand way back. It's moving. Yes, I see a shadow. Yes. So it's pretty bright that way, so we're like using gecko chameleon. Gecko
I know what he means. I know what he means.
Is that like
might be a
this?
premature question.
Multi-talented.
I can do that.
There are two people in my opinion that probably deserve a producer credit. No questions asked. One is Kevin Parks. Just for the
No question asked, yeah?
See, as a producer, you have to show up.
Not me then. I'm out.
And Robin, she has this knack for continuity, and she's like, well, you know, we used this blade to kill this thing in season 4. Why doesn't it kill this thing in season 13? That doesn't make sense. And I'm like, I'll call the writers. And then I'll call the writers and be like, Robin brings up a good point. They're like, tell Robin she's right, we'll fix it. That happens probably once a month. So she's looking out for the show, and
That's a very important person to have for the show to make it make sense, because otherwise, when things like they do in season 1 or season 2, even season 4, and then it doesn't make sense in season 15, because you're like, when they first brought the cult in, you were told this gun was like the be-all and end-all of demon killers, and then they shot someone else with it, and they didn't kill him, and you're like, what? But they managed to make it work. You know, they managed to give an explanation for it. When they can't give an explanation for them things, it's just confusing, and it stresses me out.
but it's funny.
I think it's also indicative of what kind of.
She's also like, I mean, I don't care. It's not my job. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Point taken. Let me get on it.
But our crew takes an active part in the show. It's not like they show up to do their job and okay, here I hand you your watch and hand me your wedding ring and here's the angel blade and here's the this, and they go home. Like we care about it.
Yeah, I see the production assistants, the guys who literally their job is to make sure the set's clean, taking the garbage out. If there's a spill or a glass breaks or something, they swoop in with their mops and. I mean, it's kind of a thankless job. I see those people sitting down reading the scripts. So there's
Christian Vampire Diaries, but Vampire Diaries,
right? Yeah, they're reading Legends of Tomorrow, but but so there's really an active investment from a lot of the crew in what the show is.
That's good. I like
and
that.
where it's going and what it means to them and what it means to their families. So yeah. life would be difficult without any of those people.
Obviously.
Yes. Thank you. So one of our electrics, Tyler, he had an invisible lock. So it's something that you can practice. Did you see this?
I brought it with me.
Invisible's not the right word.
It's just an invisible lock. Did you see this?
Joke's on you. It's invisible. A
Why
clear.
you show me?
It was a clear lock, so you can see all the mechanics inside, and it's to practice picking locks. And so he let me have it for a few days, and I was working with it, trying to, and it's very difficult to pick a lock, even with a lock pick set. So we always joke that when we walk up and we're like, we're literally the fastest lock pickers in the world. There's no way that it would take 9 times that long, even if we were good at what we did. So,
this is Rob Benedict's Irish. He's like, hey Rob, do an Irish accent. He's like, okay, it's just one thing, but it's I nailed it. And he just goes, that's it. Nothing about Guinness or anything. Just
I'll tell you what, it works.
True story. True story.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Before absolutely obliterating any further accents.
I don't know. This is kind of fun. You know what's funny is when you ask Jared to talk in a Texas accent, he actually puts on an accent. And I'm like, you can speak normal. You're from Texas. That's anyway.
All right,
I want to hear your Scottish.
Scottish.
You hang out with Ruth. Just channel Ruth. Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, we're getting up.
It's gonna be a Braveheart quote.
They're made to be delicious. I've never seen it.
And now we'll go to
Sometime right around, what was the episode where Lucifer tries to kill Lamar, Casper tries to kill Lamara?
It's like 9 episodes you just described.
With the hand of God.
The submarine one.
Was it 19? In the
Excuse me.
chapel. During that episode, I started doing that to Ruthie, and she was gonna be like, that's awful, but that's awful Irish, not awful Scottish.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it out loud because I didn't want to look like an idiot. I was like, I swear that's like an Irish jig or something. But then he was in Scottish, so I was like, I don't want to look stupid. These boys, man, they make me laugh so much. I say boys, these men, these people make me laugh so goddamn much. Just Supernatural's great. Supernatural's awesome. My face hurts from smiling so much.
Yes, Frosted Lucky Charms. And he doesn't even I don't even know what that is. Like,
Scottish dance, man.
oh, right, it's the Scottish leprechaun.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Again, we apologize in advance. Dutch? All right.
It's basically German.
That's
Ouch! Ooh. Jared's playing with fire.
Don't do Dutch. Do Denmarkish.
I'm so sorry. And I've worked with this for 11 years.
Do Swedish.
Spanish. Swedish. Hola.
Going all the way back, when you guys first met each other, what did you
Oh, here
think
we
of each
go.
other? And
Hated him. Basically, someone gonna say something like that.
I think I thought, is this what this guy's wearing to a network audition?
I
think you had a hoodie on. You had like long hair, and I'm like, what high school
how young he is.
family is this kid?
I think my first thought was, how do legs bend like that?
Did this guy park his horse out front?
I think I sort of knew when I found out that he would be the one that I was reading, because I found out, I'm sure you did too, it was like, hey, you're going to be with Jared Padalecki, blah, blah, blah. I found out like, hey, it's going to be you and Jensen Ackles reading, blah, blah, blah.
No.
Okay. They didn't tell you anything?
No, I walked in because I thought I was coming in to read for against other deans.
Oh, funny.
I thought there was going to be like 4 or 5. Generally, when you get to this level of the audition process,
Well, it was with the dean.
Someone explain that one to me. I'm confused. Was he like a dean, an actual dean, or what? Was he going for dean? I'm confused.
luckily I was able to save that name. But I thought that I was going to come in there. There was going to be 4 other guys, all competing for the same role. And I walked in, and he was, it was just this kid with floppy hair and a hoodie sitting on the couch. And I was like, hey man. And we introduced ourselves, and I was like, are you reading for Dean? He's like, no, I'm reading for Sam. I was like, is there anybody else here? He's like, no, it's just you and me. Well, that's kind of weird, isn't it? And you were like, yeah, I don't know. And then I think we very quickly were like, where are you from? Texas. Oh, where? I'm down from San Antonio. And so it was a very quick.
Where's your football team, Cowboys?
So it was a very quick, and it was. I mean, we have these kinds of interactions with guys. That was a pretty frequent thing in our lives at that time because we were doing lots of auditions. We were constantly walking into waiting rooms and signing in and seeing 7 other guys that are our same demographic.
You get to learn the basics really quickly.
Yeah, you're like, hey, where are you from? And nobody's from. Very rarely do you ever meet anybody who's actually from LA.
Right.
So it was
It also helps in auditions because usually you're auditioning it's you with a casting director, but if you're doing a scene with somebody when it's you with a person who also might be, it helps to try and build, I don't want to say chemistry, but some knowledge of each other before it's just like,
Rapport.
you never met somebody, you don't know anything about them, you read with them. To have some sense of somebody. We were pretty quick friends. I mean,
This is really insightful stuff, and I love it.
I did find out that I was going to be reading with you in some way, shape, or form, or meeting you or something. I remember IMDb'ing him, and it was like a Dark Angel picture or something. And I was like, how does one suck their cheeks in so much? I remembered I knew all the stuff he had worked on, you know what I mean? I didn't know him as an actor. Like, I'm sure he had never watched Gilmore Girls. I hadn't watched Dark Angel, you know what I mean?
Hashtag Team Rory.
She's the one you're trying to figure out who's on the team with her. It's always Team Rory. It's either Jen or
that one out.
So I didn't know what to think. We got in there and I was like, cool. Like, he can act, he's communicating, and this will be fun. You get in, well, it's not.
He's a lesbian.
Well, have my back here. It's not a foregone conclusion that the people you're in the room with know how to act. A lot of times this is the way I was told to deliver my line. And if you get to something else, they're like, this is the way I was told to deliver it. Like, come on, let's play. It's not hitting a tennis ball against the wall. It's playing with somebody else who's going to take you places you didn't think you'd go and make sure you're better. So I was like, sweet, I had fun.
Facts. Any aspiring actors or actresses out there? Don't be so rigid in what you've been taught or told or how you have to be when you're acting. Okay? Play off each other. It's a great time.
Nerve-wracking as it is, it's a room like 30 people. That make all the decisions for the network and the studio that are about to decide, you know, what the next month of your life is going to be like. If you get to shoot a pilot, and in this case, the next 13 years of your life, hopefully, and going on.
I wonder, out of those 30 executives that were in that room that day, how many still hold that job other than Peter?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure that most of the people that were making the decision in that room aren't even in those positions anymore.
Yeah, they've either moved up or down or sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Roth, though, who was the president
In any
of
direction.
Warner Brothers Television, he has been there since day one and continues to be just a champion for us in the show.
I wonder who in that room was secretly thinking like, nah, this ain't gonna work.
Oh, yeah.
Showed them. No! God dang it, every time. Right. That was Supernatural Conventions with Millennials these days. And it has put a smile on my face. I'm enlightened because of it. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Make sure you go over to Ash's channel. Check it out too. Leave a like over there. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.